Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with Jeff Grant, SBR contributor, and today we're going to be looking at that Dallas Cowboy game against the Seattle Seahawks. How you doing today, Jeff?
Doing fantastic, Dax. This is one of the more premier games on the Week 6 schedule in the NFL. Really excited to talk to you about it.
Man, how about them boys? I mean, I really didn't actually expect them to start the season 4-1. Now, that only loss that came back in Week 1 was against San Francisco. Since then, they've won 4 straight games. Now, the schedule hasn't been a tough one, and they've pretty much won every game by a really close margin, with the exception of that Saints game back in Week 4. Now, I'm thinking a lot of this success has to do thanks to DeMarco Murray, and that their schedule hasn't been that bad so far. Now, this game is actually going to be a test in my eyes to show us where the Cowboys stand. But that's my opinion. What do you think that has actually contributed to their success so far in the season, Jeff?
I'm glad you brought up the Saints result, because that was really the most impressive game that they played in terms of the scoreboard. The Saints could not have played more poorly offensively, tried to make a run at it in the second half in that game. And, yeah, I'm surprised Dallas is 4-1 heading into Week 6, given the fact of how bad they looked in that season opener against the 49ers. But Murray has everything going. But just like you know, as a frequent follower of NFL action, Dax, he could go down with an injury at any time, and that would be a major challenge for the Cowboys to overcome. But right now, they have him ready to go to the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, he looks healthy, and I think that he's going to remain like that, at least if he doesn't get hit bad, you know. But anyways, Seattle's actually coming back home after that nice Monday night road win over the Redskins. Now, that could have been a blowout had the refs not turned back 3 of Percy Harvin's touchdowns. Anyways, do you think that the trip back home could actually be an advantage for the boys? Actually affecting the defending champs in this case?
You know, a lot of the times a cross-country trip like that will take a lot out of you, especially when you don't have an extra recovery day playing a game on the East Coast as a West Coast team on Monday Night Football. But when you look at the schedule, Dax, it's really early in the season, and the Seahawks were coming off their bye week before that game against the Redskins. But I am a little concerned about how Russell Wilson feels, as I've never seen him hit as much and as hard as he was last week. But, of course, he had a brilliant performance, earning NFC Player of the Week honors from an offensive standpoint.
He rushed $122 and had a touchdown. Plus, he had like 201 yards and another touchdown pass. So, I mean, he was doing pretty good. But, you know, right now I'm thinking that the most exciting part of this game is going to be able to watch the first and second ranked teams in rushing yards per game in the league. Now, we're going to get to watch Skittles and Murray go head-to-head. But I'm thinking that Marshawn Lynch is actually going to have a better chance to control the game on the ground. But what do you think, Jeff?
That's one of the things that I pointed out in the article that I wrote for sportsbookreview.com, is I would suggest taking a look at a prop matchup that you know it's going to happen in a game like this. The sportsbooks would attract some action, and placing Murray against Lynch. And, yeah, I think Lynch has the advantage because the Seahawks on the defensive end lead the NFL in rushing defense. Their current figure right now would be the 5th best mark in NFL history in that category. So I definitely suggest taking a look at some prop offerings for this NFC matchup.
All right, man. Who do you like here? Who are you going to bet?
You know what? It's hard to go against the Seattle Seahawks on the at home at CenturyLink Field with their 12th man, 19-1 straight up, 15-5 against the spread with Wilson under center. But I'm going to go in another direction and go with the betting total. I think both of these offenses will be able to move the football. I think Seattle's defense will be the most affected of either unit in terms of that short layoff in traveling from the East Coast back to the Pacific Northwest. I think the Cowboys also match up well in terms of their weapons against what Seattle has on the defensive end. So I'm going to go over 46.5 in the game between Dallas and Seattle.
All right, my man. As always, it's a pleasure talking football with you, and I look forward to doing it again next Monday.
Thank you.
No problem. And for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.